Taurus, right now, as you're listening to my voice, there's an object in your home pulsing with energy, pulsing with information about your destiny, pulsing with secrets that can completely change the course of your life. And the most intense part of all this is that you probably pass by this object every day without realizing the power it holds, without knowing that it holds the key to unlocking a future you never imagined possible. This object didn't choose you by chance. It's in your life, in your home, in your personal space for a very specific reason, a reason that has to do with who you truly are beneath all the layers of conditioning, fear, and limitations you've accumulated over the years. This object is a portal, a direct channel between your current consciousness and the expanded version of you that already exists in a parallel reality, waiting to be activated. Can you feel a strange energy growing within you as you hear these words? A curiosity mixed with anxiety, an urgent urge to look around you for something you've never noticed before? What you're feeling is no coincidence. It's your energetic system recognizing a truth that your rational mind hasn't yet fully processed. It's your physical body, so important to you as a Taurus, reacting to the imminence of a revelation that will touch every cell of your being. The objects around us are not just dead things, inert matter taking up space. They are repositories of energy, memory, and intention. They absorb our emotions, our dreams, our fears, our deepest desires. And for someone like you, who has a natural connection to the material world, these objects become extensions of your own soul. They hold parts of you that you don't even realize exist. There's a mirror in your home that you look at every day without really seeing. You use this mirror for external adjustments, hair, clothes, physical appearance. But this particular mirror, and you know which one it is, because now that I mention it, you can feel it drawing your attention. This mirror has reflected much more than your physical image. It has captured fragments of your true essence, moments where you looked at yourself and for a split second saw who you really are beneath all the masks. For years, this mirror has been waiting for you to stop using it, only to check external imperfections and start using it to recognize the internal perfection that was always there. It holds the secret to your true self-esteem. Not the kind that depends on the approval of others or external achievements, but the kind that comes from a deep recognition of your intrinsic worth. When you finally connect with the energy this mirror carries, you will stop seeking external validation and begin to radiate a confidence that comes from within. But it's not just the mirror. There's also that book. It could be an old tome you inherited, a journal you wrote in years ago and forgot about in a drawer, or even a book you bought with every intention of reading but which sat abandoned on a shelf. This book contains words that were magnetically drawn into your life because your soul knew you would one day need the wisdom it holds. The pages of this book aren't just printed with ink. They're imbued with future possibilities. You've read this book hundreds of times. Maybe you've even considered donating it or getting rid of it. But something has always held you back, an inner voice whispering that you still need it, and you do. Because within this book lies a sentence, a paragraph, an idea that will trigger a dormant aspect of your personality, a facet of your identity that has been waiting for the right moment to emerge. For Tauruses born between April 20th and 30th, this book holds secrets about your natural leadership abilities and power of influence that you've been underestimating. For those born between May 1st and 10th, the pages hold revelations about creative talents that are ready to manifest in surprising ways. And for those born between May 11th and 20th, the book contains insights into relationships and connections that will completely redefine your understanding of love and partnership. And then there's that piece of jewelry or that accessory, something you wear occasionally or that's kept in a box or hanging in a specific place in your home. It could be a necklace that belonged to your grandmother, a ring you received as a gift, a bracelet you bought on a special trip. This object carries much more than sentimental value. It carries an energetic lineage, a connection to ancestral forces that have worked through generations to reach you. This object is like a spiritual GPS device. It knows exactly where you need to go and is constantly emitting signals to guide you in the right direction. But you need to tune into the correct frequency to receive these guidance. And the way to do this is much simpler than you might think. You just need to stop treating this object as a mere decoration or souvenir and start recognizing it for the portal it truly is. Taurus, the reason I'm sharing this with you now is because the moment has come in your evolution where you're ready to consciously activate these connections that have always existed in your life. For years, you've lived surrounded by these powerful objects without knowing how to access the wisdom they hold. But something has shifted in your vibration recently. Something has opened in your perception that allows you to finally see beyond superficial appearances. You've been feeling this, haven't you? That growing sense that there's more going on in your life than meets the eye. Moments when you look at a familiar object and feel a strange energy emanating from it. Moments when you feel like your things are trying to communicate with you. Don't ignore these sensations. They're evidence that your consciousness is expanding, allowing you to access layers of reality that were previously blocked. The secret these objects hold about your future isn't something you can discover through mental analysis or logical investigation. It's something that needs to be felt, experienced, lived. When you connect energetically with these objects, when you stop seeing them merely as things and begin to feel them as extensions of your own consciousness, they begin to reveal information that was encoded within them from the moment they entered your life. The most profound revelation these objects carry is this: you are not limited by your current situation. You are not trapped in the circumstances that seem to define your present reality. There is an expanded version of you that is already living the future you desire. And these objects act as bridges connecting you to this higher version of yourself. They carry the energy, the vibration, the magnetism of this future version, and when you align with this frequency, you begin to attract experiences that correspond to this higher level of existence. But here's what might surprise you. The process of uncovering these secrets isn't passive. You can't just sit back and wait for objects to reveal their messages. You need to become an active participant in this communication. You need to develop a sensitivity that goes beyond the traditional 5 senses. You need to learn to feel with your whole being, not just your mind. For a Taurus, this should come naturally. Your sign is governed by the senses, by physical perception, by the ability to experience the world through touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. But there's a 6th sense you can develop: the ability to sense energy, vibration, and subtle information. And when you activate this ability, the world around you becomes a symphony of constant communication. Imagine for a moment what it would be like if you could truly hear what your personal belongings have to say to you. If you could feel the stories they carry, the memories they've absorbed, the futures they can help manifest. Your home would become a personal oracle, each item functioning as a piece of a larger puzzle that reveals the map of your destiny. The mirror would show you not only what you look like, but who you are destined to become. The book would offer you not just entertainment or information, but precise insights into the next steps of your evolution. The jewel would connect you not only with memories of the past, but with future possibilities waiting to manifest through you. This isn't fantasy or magical thinking. It's a real spiritual technology you can learn to use. It's a way to expand your perception beyond your usual limits and access information that can completely transform your life experience. And the best part is that you don't need anything external to develop this ability. Everything you need is already in your home, all around you, waiting for you to awaken to the possibilities. Taurus, there's an ancestral memory in your DNA that recalls times when humans lived in intimate connection with the material world. Times when objects were recognized as carriers of energy and wisdom. Times when people knew how to read the signals that the elements around them constantly offered. This memory still pulses within you, waiting to be reactivated. When you begin to develop this conscious connection with the objects in your home, you'll discover that they've been trying to communicate with you for years. Through small signals, you interpreted as coincidences. Through subtle sensations, you dismissed as imagination. Through impulses and intuitions, you ignored because you couldn't explain them logically. The mirror, for example, may have shown you reflections of yourself at specific moments that correspond precisely to when you were most connected to your inner truth. It may have captured expressions on your face that reveal aspects of your personality that you don't even consciously recognize. And if you start paying attention differently, you may find that this mirror becomes a portal to dialogue with wiser versions of yourself. The book may have fallen off the shelf at times when you needed exactly the message it carries. It may have caught your eye on specific days that corresponded to situations where you needed guidance. And if you finally surrender to the magnetic pull you've always felt for this book, you may discover that it contains exactly the answers you've been seeking to questions you didn't even know you had. The jewelry or accessory may have warmed your body during moments of important decision-making, or it may have become brighter on days when you were particularly aligned with your purpose. It may have given you specific dreams when you wore it, or it may have attracted comments from others in situations that had a significant impact on your life. And if you begin to treat it as a conscious ally rather than just an adornment, you may find that it becomes a powerful guide for navigating future choices. The secret all these objects share is that they function as multidimensional mirrors of your soul. They reflect not only who you are now, but who you were, who you are becoming, and who you have the potential to be. They carry information about talents you haven't yet developed, about opportunities approaching, about people who will enter your life in meaningful ways. When you learn to decode this information, you discover that you have access to a form of guidance that is completely personalized for you. This isn't generic advice that could apply to anyone. It's specific, targeted, and accurate insights that take into account your unique story, your individual personality, your particular challenges, and your specific possibilities. The transformation that occurs when you establish this conscious communication with the objects around you is profound and lasting. You stop feeling alone and disconnected. You stop seeking answers from external sources that don't truly know you. You stop making decisions based solely on superficial information and begin to access wisdom that takes into account much deeper layers of your reality. Your home becomes a personal sanctuary where each object acts as an oracle, offering constant guidance on how to navigate life more consciously and in alignment. You develop an inner confidence that comes from knowing you are always connected to sources of wisdom that know you intimately and genuinely want your highest good. Taurus, the invitation I'm extending to you is simple, but it can be revolutionary if you genuinely accept it. In the coming days, I want you to walk through your home with completely new eyes. Not as someone looking for something specific, but as someone open to recognizing energy, feeling vibration, and perceiving subtle communication. Stand in front of your most frequently used mirror, and instead of focusing solely on your physical appearance, look into your own eyes and ask, "Who am I really? What have you seen in me that I don't recognize?" Stand there for a few minutes in silence, allowing any sensations, insights, or intuitions to emerge naturally. Pick up that book that's been catching your attention, and instead of reading linearly, open it to a random page and see what message jumps out at you. Or simply hold the book in your hands and feel the energy it carries, the vibration it transmits, the possibilities it awakens in your imagination. Place the jewelry or special accessory against your skin and close your eyes. Feel what memories, connections, and guidance emerge when you allow this object to communicate directly with your energy field. Don't force anything. Don't try to control the experience. Simply allow and observe what happens. The key to accessing the secrets these objects hold is receptivity. It's the willingness to temporarily suspend your skepticism and open yourself to forms of perception that go beyond what you consider normal. It's the courage to trust subtle sensations, seemingly random insights and connections your logical mind can't immediately explain. And when you begin to perceive the first communications, and you will, because they're already happening, you just need to tune in to the right frequency. Don't dismiss the experience by thinking it's just your imagination. Your imagination is one of the most powerful tools you have for accessing information that lies beyond the limits of conventional physical perception. The future these objects reveal about you is not a fixed and inevitable destiny. It is a field of possibilities that you can begin to consciously manifest through the choices you make from now on. It is an invitation to become an active participant in the creation of your reality, rather than a passive observer of circumstances that seem beyond your control. When you uncover the secrets your personal objects hold, you also discover that you have access to a power of manifestation that goes far beyond what you ever imagined possible. Because these objects act as energetic anchors that help you stay focused and aligned with the possibilities you want to attract into your life. The mirror helps you maintain a clear image of who you are becoming. The book offers you wisdom and insights to navigate the transformation process. The jewelry connects you with ancestral and cosmic forces that support your evolution. Together, these objects create an energy field in your home that accelerates your ability to manifest positive changes. Taurus, the final revelation I want to share with you is this. You've never been alone in your quest for growth and fulfillment. You've always been surrounded by invisible allies, objects who chose to be in your life specifically to support you, guide you, and remind you of possibilities you sometimes forget exist. When you consciously activate these energetic partnerships, your life begins to flow with much more ease and synchronicity. You stop fighting against opposing currents and begin to navigate with favorable winds that were always available, but which you didn't know how to access. The secret about your future that your objects hold is that it is much brighter, much more expansive, much more full of possibilities than you've allowed your mind to believe. And now you have the keys to begin unlocking those possibilities immediately. If this message has awakened something within you, if you can feel that there is indeed an object in your home calling your attention right now, that's no coincidence. It's confirmation that you are ready to establish these conscious connections that will transform your relationship with the material world and accelerate your personal evolution. Share in the comments which object in your home is catching your attention right now. Describe what sensations you experience when you think about it. Tell us what memories or insights emerge when you connect with it energetically. Your experiences will inspire other Tauruses to explore their own connections with the objects around them. Subscribe to the channel because I'll continue sharing specific techniques to develop these expanded perception skills. You'll learn practical exercises to strengthen your connection with the material world in ways that go far beyond what we consider normal. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on guidance that will help you transform your home into a personal oracle. The object that's catching your attention right now already knows you're ready to discover the secrets it holds. The only question is, do you have the courage to open yourself to a reality where the things around you are much more conscious, much more communicative, much more alive than you ever imagined? Your future is waiting to be revealed through this connection. The first step is simply accepting that it exists.